Messing around with this stream setup. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So, I kind of just want to work on the future of whatever this is going to be. But you don't always know what you're going to encounter. Like when you're dealing with different people online, some of them are cool, some of them are fun, some of them are, you know, trying to fight you. You don't really know, what you're going to encounter. And I think that that's totally fine. The the main thing that I want to do is just like find a good group of people that actually have an authentic air about them, you know, because I've done a lot of streams with people who, while they're entertaining, there's very little real life to them. You know, they don't show their real self. They don't act genuine when you see them on in other places. They're totally different than what they are. Um, they're totally different than how they portray themselves when they're in your company. And I've seen people like that quite a bit, and I've forgiven it. I have forgiven people for being rude behind my back, thinking like, well, you know, not everybody's perfect. Um, and it is true that not everybody is perfect. I will say that's the case. But there's a certain level that people get to when they're bullshitting that you start to think, maybe I don't want to associate with that person at all. Now, I'm not calling out one person specifically. I'm just talking about several people in general that um, their competency, their ability to do good shows on the air uh, is impressive, but their humanity is lacking. They don't do too much. What's up, Tina? Um, yeah, I don't know what I was going for with this uh, setup. I don't even know how that paint got there. That was quite a while ago during the Busters original season. Not new Busters this year, but Busters. We're talking what, 2018? Uh, Be Us. There's Yeah, very good. That's it's just people have been on the stream, and I do want to make some good backdrops. Like I've been thinking about painting different people's places, like David Walsh's News Network and Griggy's Galactic Gun Store and some other places. Cool Boys Comedy Club. Um, you know, lots and lots of places. I just think that Tina's Rock Collection. I don't know what your what you do exactly, what your interests are, but I want to create a whole collection of things on the wall, and this plant is is. It's funny that I'm talking about things being genuine, and of course, this is the least genuine plant of all time. It's you know, it's got concrete on the outside and whatever plastic on the inside, but it's for its appearances only. Um, it would be nice to get some plants up in here. I don't know. Here, let me get some spray paint out of the way. You don't think we could jazz it up a little bit? Listen, it looks like it's covered in paint. I'm just going to put the plant over there and we'll plant some new quality stuff. Anyway, this is the first episode of Plant Busters. Plant Busted. I think that, it'll be interesting to see streams, uh, what the streams turn into. If we happen to create something good with the new era of streamers, that will be cool. But, you know, I happen to think that the people that have been involved with the streams before, who are, good and interesting, should come back. But I was thinking the reason I was kind of thinking about authenticity was because um, earlier today I saw Dana White on, what was it, Howie Mandel's podcast, and he walked off the show because Howie was, blowing smoke up his ass, calling him a philosopher. And I guess he just felt like, all right, are you just going to give me some bullshit, run of the mill, ridiculous compliments? I think it just struck him as so not genuine that he really didn't feel like being there. You know, people already have um, a desire to not show up and do a show. You know, they feel like something is, they're doing the press, they're doing the the circuit, so they want something to feel real. And I also don't know what Howie's setup looks like behind the scenes. Um, you know, I think that behind the scenes, they might have like fake cameras and stuff. I don't know if they have like real high quality setup, and they might be shooting on like a bunch of iPhones or something. He might have thought that it was like a low rent operation. I don't know. I've never done the show. Dartina says, "Are you asking for Sam to come back?" Uh, mm, I spoke to him about coming back, but if he were to return to the show, it would definitely need to be more genuine. You know, I'm I'm done with this kind of like, oh, this is the world's greatest podcast in the universe. I want to actually have a real conversation. Um, I want to talk about things that are funny, of course. I want to talk about things that are interesting, but I don't want this to be this whole air of falseness that has been very much a part of the show in the past. I'm trying to do something a little better. I'm looking for, you know, something that's different. Sam's got a cam up already. Sam Plateau. Yeah, I mean, like, good to see you, Foreman. Uh, yeah, he's gotta. It's just he's gotta be here in his real. He's got to be here in a real way, and until he does that, I just don't really feel like. I don't feel like I'm participating in a conversation that is anything other than just blowing smoke up each other's asses for fun. If you want to do that, get a fog machine or get a friend who is willing to do some shit, tell you how great you are. But I'm not just in the compliment business, and I'm not here just to be hateful either. I'm just here to be real. You know, that's what I aspire to do, and I expect that back from other people. I want, you know, some real feedback. I'm not looking for an echo chamber of bullshit all the time. I know some people like that, but that's not what I'm about. I talked to some interesting people recently, and they were telling me that listen, I if Sam comes back, you have to give me a wrench. I don't see Sam coming back, to be quite honest, uh, anytime soon. Like he's just, I just don't see it. All right, I'll work on that lighting. We got some shadow over here, huh? All I'm using right now is a fluorescent kitchen light. What's up, David Faults? Forearm Foreman. Uh, yeah, we need some studio lights. Be faster. See, we need some speed. Now, here's the thing, right? How legit is it if I'm. Now, I agree that I'm a slow talker. But if I speed it up, are we talking about, are we getting the real deal or are we getting phoniness? And where's the line between real and fake? You know, what I need caffeine. I've taken caffeine before, you know, that's all I know. But I was talking to people in the Steven Crowder world last night, and they were interesting. I don't need to name any names, but behind the scenes, he's a guy who's, yeah, he's a little, let's just say, there's NDAs and everything, so I'm not going to actually say anything. Let me take that back. I've made a promise, and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. So let's just talk about life. You got too many Ben Shapiro's out there. Well, maybe I'd need to hang out with Ben Shapiro, and he could you know, it's like being next to a magnet. He could magnetically bring me to a faster pace, and then, I would at least be normal. I think it's what they're putting in the water. I think it's the the stuff, the chemicals they're putting in the water, the PCASBs. That's what I think it is. But what do I know? I'm just a 60 percenter. Talking fast is a sign of hysteria. Well, then I guess if I talk slow, I must be the most together and with it person of all time. See, that's the kind of logic people would use. I did you doing in the early times of stand up, I did take that advice. People say, if you talk fast, people will notice that you're nervous, so talk slow. But then I would talk really slow, and I'd be like, the other day I went to the store, and it was just too slow. And people have fun with it sometimes, but if you annoy people too much, you're gonna lose people, you're gonna lose viewers, and when that happens, uh, you know, listen, I'm not entirely stoic. I agree with the idea of stoicism in terms of like, let's not be total assholes and pieces of shit, um, running around doing things, fighting police, yelling at people, hurting people, making threats. I agree. Tamp it down. Keep it together. Right. Don't scare people. Don't get off on scaring people because that's the problem. I've spoken to some people who say, "Would you rather be feared or loved?" And they'd say, "I'd rather be feared." And look, I would I would like to be feared in the circumstances where um, somebody's being violent against me, but I don't want to be feared by like, you know, I don't want an old lady to see me and be like, that guy's gonna fucking take my wallet or something. I don't want people to have to cross the street and be freaked out all the time, you know? Just scary in its correct, appropriate occasion. Um, but also sometimes I get offended when people aren't scared. Like when the probation officer was like, I was like, "Hey, I'm yelling a lot. Are you okay?" And she said, "No, I'm good. This doesn't phase me." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you telling me this doesn't phase you at all? I'm I'm screaming at you. You should be affected. What's wrong with you?" But she probably goes into crazy situations, much crazier than even than this situation. If that, you know, dealing with people who maybe maybe they bite cops and their dog also bites the cop. I don't know what they deal with. Maybe they have arsonists. Maybe they have people stealing from stores. All I know is that we got to get real crazy, but also be calm at the right times. Like, let's say if the somebody shows up, you know, and is like trying to make you afraid, you know, you don't give an inch. When if let's say Rex is trying to scare me about telling me I'm not top tier and I just make a bread joke, that's the way to get out of it. I don't know. I miss the old days of streaming. I really do. I There were a lot of fun times when we used to just talk and have fun, you know. People would have fun with it. They would enjoy themselves. And now it's like, I don't know. They want to be, a lot of these podcasters want to be investigative journalists. And that's what I used to do when I was like all up my own ass. I was like, all right, let's get to it. We gotta expose these people. We gotta talk about how this guy, he's no good. And and I was taking life a little too seriously, you know. These days, it's more of a shit talking, fun having life, you know. Like Red Bar was talking about this the other day, and I know people say I talk about him too much, but I don't care. he's talking about how, you know, people people doing comedy enforcement, him comedy enforcement is just like, well, guess what happened? We got to talk about the fact that Bert Kreischer is not doing things appropriately. He's actually saying things that are incorrect. The other day he tripped over his words. He said he was going to the shore when he meant he was going to the store. And that's my comedy enforcement for the week. Overly gay. Listen, his persuasion is very gay. A little weird, a little gay, and a little Mexican. And we love Mexicans, but he's not doing a good thing for the Mexican community. Like, he's really taking things to a different level. He's just, I don't know. He's just acting like he don't give a shit. Like he doesn't care. Like he only cares not about being funny, but about being serious. Hey, let me tell you the news. Did you know that Joe Rogan advertised for Microsoft 400 times last year? Did you know that he actually doesn't use their tax software? He just sells it to people, but he pretends that he uses TurboTax like he's a regular guy. And he's like, he thinks that he's like taking people to task, but he's really not. And he's not making any sense. And again, I love Mexican food. Darren Martinez, one of my great friends, is Mexican. This is all the stuff you're not supposed to say, by the way. It, to, you can't prove you're not racist by having Mexican friends. I'm being ironic here for the comedy enforcement people in the audience. I'm trying to be silly and joke wise. I don't hate. Um, but uh, I guess there is a certain hatred for the non genuine people, the people who would not lift a finger. Maybe maybe he's got different gripes about Red Bar. Maybe there's like a personal thing with them. I don't know. I like that he's getting into it and he's getting after it. I do like that. Um, you know, he's but he's very much like me. Comedy enforcement is very much like me when I started. He has the precision of a razor blade. Like if he doesn't like you, no joke, you fucking suck. He's not even going to tease you. He's just going to say, look, this guy, all jokes aside, he shouldn't be in the business. And that's worse than being teased. Like if Mark Norman was like, you're a bomb expert, you should see your act. That's a little tease. But comedy enforcement's like, you are not funny and you really shouldn't be in this business in the first place. Pack your bags and get out of town. And he'll just sincerely tell you how much you suck. And that's a little hurtful. That's a little painful to deal with. That's not what you want to take. Um, you know, it's just the way things are. And yes, the biting the cop was my peak. That was my peak. I mean, peak of peak of what? Peak of insanity. A lot of different reactions to that action, by the way. Some people thought it was funny. Some people thought it was my my bottom, my worst moment ever. People. Some people had fun with it. Some people said. And by the way, speaking of police, I have a new saying, which is I don't really like ACAB. I would say MCAB. Most cops are brainwashed because that gives you a little bit of space that accepts the idea that, you know, most cops are brainwashed. Most cops believe what they're told. And there are some cops that are incredible. And we should give credit. Most cops are brainwashed. Some cops are great. All cops are boyfriends. Listen, I just think that, you know, ACAB is too trendy. It's too rigid. And but definitely like after telling that story that I never said, "Hey, I condone this. This is what you should do." But people just came out of the water and were like, "Ah, that's great. I wish I could give you a star badge of honor." It's like, okay, don't encourage me to do this, five more times. Let's get on a good track. Let's live a life of yeah, we can enjoy it and have fun with it. Let's just not do it again. Like, that's all I'm saying. The intake guy, um, the guy at the intake place, the mental health place, was cracking up. It's just, you know, I don't know what I was thinking at the time. Who knows? Uh, but it was kind of catharsis a little bit for all those years of and it wasn't fair, but it was catharsis in the sense of like for years and years and years skateboarding, I would always have cops like come after me and act like I was, committing the most illegal thing of all time by slightly grinding a curb or doing a manual on a doing a wheelie on a pad. Uh, you know, that's nothing. I didn't go to jail. Yeah, no, I was going to go to jail, but I wrote a letter to the cops. Um, I just wrote a letter, apologizing. Hey, it wasn't cool of me to do this. I shouldn't have. I acted in a way that was less than how I should have been. I, you know, I I said it in I took it seriously at the time. Sent him a letter, and it worked out. If I had gloated and celebrated it, he probably would have been like, "All right, this psycho, who is this piece of shit? He's just out here biting." You know. So it makes a big difference the words you say. Um, I'm a thug. I agree. And shout outs to Tony Hawk's Underground. No, listen, a lot of people said if I was a different race, I would be gone. Maybe underground. So I am optimistic, making the best of it, and just trying to move forward and do some good stuff. You know, trying to have fun with life and not be aggressive. Like I know family members who are just they're very aggro and pissed off at cops. I I appreciate the energy. I just think, and this is the argument that was never given to me when I was younger. It was just, hey, respect the police, respect the police, respect the police. At all times, respect the police. And that's not nuanced enough for a kid who's out skateboarding and is harassed all the time. Uh, you know, just skateboarding. So what you need to do, and what I'm going to do with people moving forward, is say, like, look, you can be angry, but just don't. But be smart and be the type of person that isn't causing trouble, and don't let your anger. You're in the car, you're in charge. Don't let your anger run the show. Have the feeling, but don't let your emotions turn this into something that it shouldn't, because that's often what happens. So it's more so for your own sake, don't fuck it up. It's for you. And I think that, honestly, like maybe in school, maybe in some kind of educational program, they should explain this to people. Like, look, if you're going to talk about this stuff, you got to talk some shit, you know? You got to accept that people are, cool. Um, what's up, Andy Cruz? Good to see you. Um, yeah, it's just we're just talking shit and having fun. What did Briggy say? He was always talking screech and having fun. Um, so Andy Cruz, you were part of the original Pod Trash crew, right? On the Gonzo network back in the day. Wasn't that like a big thing that you did? That's cool. You know, I think that's cool and that's fun. People definitely need to like figure shit out in their life. And, once they do, the next thing that happens is they attain greatness. I was offered a spot on the Pod Awful show last night. I was not on Discord at the time, so don't really, so that did not materialize, but, you know, shit happens, and um, life is amazing. I don't know if you saw Shane Gillis. He's kind of funny. Uh, he's just doing his thing. Um, just getting involved with stuff. Um, in general, like I like uh, and what's his name? Um, I forget what his name is. Damn. Uh, Bug it. I don't remember. Comedy Shaman. He was doing his thing back then. They were, he was an interesting in the air. I have seen, he's another guy who's just kind of like been maybe talking a little shit behind the scenes. So it's normal to just, I guess, expect that people are not as trustworthy as you expect. You know, you want them to be, but it's not going to happen. And really, what else can you expect? They're just freaks. You know, it's just, well, we're dealing with a different type of person. We're dealing with a level of person who's not on top of things. No, I like Comedy Shaman. I'm talking about some of these other people. Sam Hill. He's I want to like him, so I'm not like trying to throw too much shade at him or anything. I believe that, well, maybe some of this stuff should be spoken about in private. Um, I'm not always the best about like what's what should be spoken about in private versus public. Um, but just these personalities are, really absurd. You see people who they're not they're not exactly what you would expect from people. You're getting things out of people that are strange, and you're hearing things that you don't really know what to think about. Like you see a guy like, um, Sam, and he says you're great, and then the next day he's like, "Oh, this guy's a piece of shit," and you think, "Wow, 24 hours makes a big difference." I wonder how that happened. I wonder what's going to happen in another 24 hours. Are we going to be in a loop of you're the best, you're the worst, you're the best, you're the worst? And I'm just not interested in that kind of manic, up and down insanity, fake world. Let's get to a place of genuine awareness of, some things are all right, some things are not so great, you know. Um, this kind of black and white thing works. Your set gets more and more gross every time. All right. See, that's the type of honesty that we like around here. Um, Look, I'm trying to make it one of the greatest sets this side of heaven, and I'm gonna paint it probably. Maybe I'll put some water up there, some watercolors, some clouds. I don't know. What's up, Sin? Good to see you. We're just talking about having clouds behind me. You know, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I want to make Mister Happy happy because my job is to make the viewer enjoy what they see. I'm not a people pleaser, but I'm a people presenter. I present good things. That's my job. And that's the brass tacks. That's Jing's saying. Um, so, Mr. Happy is hard to please. Listen, I would think if you're happy, it would be easy to please you, but I guess happiness is the bottom line. So, I'll work on that and I will make sure that we will make things look amazing. We're actually I'm getting a brick layout set up. We're getting some bricks sent. Um, we're getting some bricks put here. They're going to be behind me, and you know, some proper bricks. We had some red bricks, but red was a little too. I just feel like it was a little too aggressive. So we want to do a little more brick, faux brick. Um, yeah. For the universal audience, faux brick is a brick that is not a real brick. And it's a brick that is a fake brick. And I'm just saying that for the universal audience. If you're not part of it, and that which includes all people in the audience, and no, see that's where I'm saying like, do we go too far with the jokes? Is there too much shtick going on? Like some people in the universal audience say that I say that too much. But let's see. I did have fake plants. I did have these flowers. Now, maybe those are more appropriate during Pride Month. When will you tell a joke? Put your plant back up there and your flowers. Listen, I actually have a lot of jokes. I do a monologue on the Buster Show. There's also the HB Tonight show that we're working on. We want you know, the the World Wide Web. Remember when people said that the World Wide Web? Anyway, yeah, we got the trees. This is not from Valentine's Day. This is actually, I mean, maybe it's from a Valentine's Day past. But happy Valentine's Day for all people, for people of color and of no color, and people in between. You know, we love, and it's like, what's up, Lauren? We're just talking about things that are happening on the internet. You know, flowers, Mr. Happy, uh, plants, painting. It's really a potpourri of wonder, and I think that if we get to if we get to the truth, you know, remember CDs? They're interesting. It's show and tell today. So yes, I will message you with all of the important bottom line details. When was the last time you got pussy, loser? Is this AOC? Is this the real AOC or is this the gay? Or is this the fake AOC? Either way, I think you're high quality individual and you're doing great. Nerd. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not a nerd. I would never deny such. Um, Listen, let's get to the brass tacks. I stuffed the nerds into trash cans with food. Listen, You can, yeah, just find a locker, bro. Yeah, I bet you were like, you were stuffing all those kids in the lockers back in the day. I know what you were up to. You were the guy who was like doing all the math homework, right? You were paying, people were paying you to do their math homework, and you were like, all right, let me do this shit. And then you would beat people up. But what's what's new in your world, Alex? Are you having fun or are you making fun? Because Ric Flair says you can either have fun or you can make fun, but you can't do both. And that's the bottom line. Did Ric Flair say bottom line or no? I don't remember. But yeah, listen. And we like having you around. Like if you don't totally hate people, if you don't like hate, if you're not like fighting with David Walsh and feuding for the end of time, because it's just hard to well, if you're cool and you have sex, then what's the, you know, that's the bottom line. That's the coolness of the world. When did you have sex last? I mean, I don't really go into detail. I don't need to I don't need to explain that. I do have a ring on my finger. I don't need to explain that. I'm just a top tier person. Uh, you know, I'm a man of value, and you're a man of value as well. So I don't know what you're worried about. I don't know what this pussy game is. Listen, I'm not saying I'm the most value guy. Haha, yeah, you're scared. Pussy. Oh, I'm very much a pussy because my conversations are all about pussy. Uh, is this do, like I'm gonna play some clips about you on Coons? Is this the real Alex or is this the fake Alex? Am I scared? Why would I be? Do you guys hear this guy? Are you scared to say that you didn't get pussy recently? Is this what guys say? Is is this how guys are these days? They say, "You didn't get pussy, I'm going to expose you." Listen, then just tell the world that I didn't get pussy. I don't care. Tell them that I've never seen a pussy. Tell them that I don't have a dick and I've never seen a pussy and that I don't even know what sex is and that not I'm asexual, you know? That's the bottom line. What I'm interested in knowing is this the real Alex? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Are you the guy that you claim you are, or are you full of shit? That's the bottom line. All right. All right. Who said that? Come on. I'm trying to find where where you said what you said. No. Huh. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to see this live. The video link. Let's see it. All right. Let's get security. All right. Is this real Alex? Um. All right. You have 2 subscribers in one video. This is fake Alex. All right. All right. Okay. I don't need you here. You're silly. Um. Look, man. All right. Let's put it this way. If this is real Alex, let's get you up here and let's hear you talk, and we'll see if you're the real deal, Alex, or if you're just a fake. But I respect people. I don't have any. Now you just have to finger your asshole. Hey, look, different strokes for different folks. I get it. You got to do what you got to do. I'm a loser. You're right. I'm mad. You're right. Um, I don't know what this reverse psychology is, but it's psychotic. I think you know, I'll give you some time. Tina, do you think this is legit, Alex? Because the more he refuses to go on panel, the more I think it's just bullshit. I'm raging. No, you're right. I'm raging and I'm losing because of you. Listen, you don't want this high energy to go after you, bro. Come on. Is your butthole clean? Yeah, I mean, I try to, stay clean and comfortable. I try to be, you know, presentable. Not that I'm great at shaving, but in the cleaning department, try to keep it top tier. But what do I know? I'm just a 36 percenter. Um, don't know about that. No, I'm not. I don't finger my ass. I'm not one of those people. But okay, see, Alex is saying all this shit that's like way too on the nose and like way too fake. He wouldn't, real Alex wouldn't be saying, I'm in Motel 6, I'm doing this, you know. It's such, I mean, maybe there's a 10% chance, but in general, listen, that listen, if you I first of all, I use washcloths, you know. I don't I don't just finger my ass with my fingers. That's not my style, you know. I just do things my own way. I'm as far as soap, I'm going my own way, and that's all I can say. Um, you know, I don't know why we need to pretend like what is a what is a channel manager? What does that involve? Is that like a person who tells people that it's the bottom line and they should get out, or is it something different? You know, because we're looking for different things. You know, this is not the type of thing that we're dealing with. You know, and I don't. Let's see, who was the last person on? Wait, wait a second. Where's Pod Awful? Ah, this is weird. I don't even see anything. You know, a lot of people are just hateful of many things, and I don't know. I just think that you can't hate what you don't hate. Oh, Pod Awful Savage Clips. Is that his new stream name? No, that's not the channel. Oh, okay. Let's see. YouTube. You know, some of these people act like I'm supposed to be better than them. But it's so silly. What? All right. Well, listen, I don't know. Top tier. Alex, if you want to be involved, you can. But you're being a little weird, a little gay, and a little weird. You're trying to rile me up for no reason. You know what you're doing. You're trying to pretend that I'm upset just so you can get me upset. It's childish. It's lame. It's been done before. You can keep trying it if you want. Listen, I've never, I don't know, maybe I talked shit about him before. Maybe we could air things out. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what he's upset about. Listen, I've said some shitty things. I've said some rude things. I call him a beta male. I talk shit. Call him a bitch. But I just meant like because he gets so. I didn't mean he wasn't in shape or like he didn't get women. I just meant like you know you're always going off the rails. You're always getting angry. You're always getting upset. You're always raging all the time. And those aren't high quality behaviors to lose your shit all the time. That's all I meant. But really, like this whole terminology, to really buy into it too much, to really like, I don't even think it should be used in a sincere way, you know, because it gets to people. Like it makes people think, you're the dominant one. I'm the not the dominant one. So I don't. I'm just most of the time I say this stuff. I'm just fucking around. Yeah, I'm top tier. Top tier of what? We're just having fun on the internet, and I think that people who know. Um, but that's just people, and I don't expect everyone to get that, and that's the truth. You know, I should put a disclaimer. I should do the red bar disclaimer. Disclaimer: these are jokes. These are just jokes. Okay. If you get upset, I told you. Maybe you. Maybe the new thing is not just disclaimers, but 10 disclaimers because Red Bar Red Bar was right to put up a disclaimer like, "Hey, guys, this is just humor. This is just comedy. This is just something that is meant to light up your day and have you laughing, you know? Um, that's it. And people still get upset. It's like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what we're dealing with, but we're trying. What's up, Betty? We're just dealing with people who are getting crazy, uh, getting upset. I don't want to say crazy. I don't think Alex is crazy. I think he's just, you know, in a bad place right now and trying to get it together. So we'll see if he talks and hangs out. But all in all, things are, things can be good. People can be positive. Like, it's a shame that Russell disappeared from YouTube. Um, Russell Cook. I think that, maybe he felt that he started out being a real genuine guy and being in streams can make you turn into a type of guy who's not really all there when it comes to doing things. Hipstar says all the grifter streamers are on Adderall. Oh yeah. I mean, look, Adderall will amp you up. It will make you really talk, like, it'll get you going. It'll get you talking fast or medium, whatever your speed is. It will do things for you. For some people, just like anything else, maybe not a doctor. Don't look like a doctor, and I'm not a doctor. Uh, um, you know, Adderall can be useful for some people, but it's not for me. And I don't suggest it to anyone. I would say I've had some interesting. No, I listen. I Tina, maybe coffee, maybe Red Bull, um, maybe like 2 grains of Adderall salt, but it's not for everybody. Is what I'm trying to say. That's the main point I'm trying to say. You know, it's really something. Not only do I suggest it, I recommend it. That's Dark Tina from Adderall Incorporated. All right. Sambian Hill. Boy, oh boy. Sam Ambien Ambien will make you do things that you never thought you would do. It made me look, I took it, so partially I was responsible. I'm the one who took the pill. But in taking the pill, I ended up doing the thing, which was driving a car, losing a mirror, um, lighting a bed on fire. Like, I was off the rails. So I haven't taken that in a long time, and it's just not for me. And in terms of Sam Hill, it may not be for him either. Wow, not don't even drive the next day. That's crazy. That's like that's incredible. That to like you know, I mean, I lost the mirror. My friend was punching me. He was like, he said, "Dude, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know you were gonna show up not existing." I think I was singing "Thunderbolts and Lightning, Everything is Right," Mamma Mia, Mia," that song. Um, and I just, yeah, yeah, there was like a hole in the mattress the next day just from lighting it up. Galileo, Galileo. Yeah. I sang the whole song, and, you know, people were just confused, and I was confused. And I also did it like the hole was like, I don't know, maybe like the size of a little smaller than a bar of soap. So it wasn't like it wasn't like the whole bed, but it made a dent, and it was shocking to see the next day. But with Ambien, like when you took it, it really was like, hmm, it was a good feeling. You just felt like I think I think I lit took a lighter to my bed, and I don't, because you don't think about consequences. I think it just, if you feel like lighting a fire, fuck it, light a fire. I want to see something that looks cool. You don't really think things out. So, I lit a fire, and I'm it was I'm glad the house didn't catch on fire. This was um probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah, it was a while ago. Um, and I have not had Ambien since then. I just think, you know, I'm looking to get away from that and see where it goes, because things could be good. You know, things could definitely improve and be better. Uh, you know, there was there was a lot of stuff like, uh, you know, I don't want to be crazy. I don't want to be ashamed. I don't want to be absurd. But I do want to believe. Reckless behavior, exactly. Um, Look, I'm thinking about things that are different, you know? There's just like lots of levels of people just doing things. Um, I would say that been talking to people around the universe, but I really miss Russell Cook. I don't know where he went. You know, he was one of the original people in the game of stream. Uh, we had Russell Cook. We had we had Unbleached. We had, you know, a lot of things, a lot of people smoking pot. But when it came to modern times, you remember Russell from ROTC? Wow. I didn't know he was around back then. That's crazy. Russell was at. All right, so that is fake Alex. All right, that's fake Alex. I can just get rid of him. All right, Tina, you're a snake in the water. Tina, you're a snake in the water, and you're getting demoted. This whole stream was about authenticity, but you have lost. Anyway, um, listen, snakes are great. Just ask Ellen, your number one snake. But you have to acknowledge them, and you have to admit that, listen, I'm taking care of it. It's been taken care of, and that's the ultimate truth. If I add people, I gotta do a whole thing. Um, why would I bring back Alex? He's just like a freak. I want real people, real people. So you're gonna bring back Alex. You just said you were gonna bring back Alex. Why would I believe you? Why would I believe you? All right. So is Mr. Happy? Hey, listen, Mr. Happy, you've given me some laughs today, so that's something. You've made me closer to becoming Mr. Happy just in your criticism. So for that, I appreciate. I will raise the bar with the background, and I will try to improve things. Let's see. Um, Like, how do I add people to the stream? Hmm, yeah. So, um, YouTube Studio. All right. Now the problem, what happens is clear. Um, Streamers in the beginning get a lot of appreciation for being shitty, right? They get a lot of appreciation for being mean, and people like that, you know. The audience likes um, when you trash people, and I get that, you know. I understand that, but kind of you got to look beyond that, is what I'm saying. Like, you can't just, like, comedy enforcement. You can't just play to the audience. If people hate Bert Kreischer, it doesn't mean that you should make 60 videos that are hateful of Bert Kreischer. That's still, you're still an asshole if you do that. Just because it gets clicks doesn't mean that you're not a piece of shit if you, like, just target a guy and harass him constantly and, like, try to basically destroy his life, you know? Like, I think I think that Bert Kreischer is a guy who means well, you know? A guy who makes mistakes, but to have his life under this microscope is just like, yeah, I'm trying to get to the mod page. Um, I just don't know. I used to be good at this tech stuff. Here we go. Really, wait, I get it. It's more laundry room, by the way. Are you saying I'm in a laundry room? I'm in a dining room, but I understand the sentiment. This is just it's got bricks. You know, I've got the red bricks, but I want to put better bricks up. I want to put something good. You know, let's see. Let's see if this works better. What's more authentic, my green screen? I just want to do something that, yeah, I definitely want um, Cool Boy to be here. You know? um, he's cool. You know, he's got the Cool Boy Comedy Club, and he's doing his streams. So we will see him when he shows up. Let's say, why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying. You know that song? All right, let's see what it does. That's kind of weird, right? Let's see. You went back an hour. If that was Alex, you know, I like we like Alex, so Alex is in the zone. Um, I think that people. Oh, I don't know. Mr. Happy wants to be a manager. You weird little fuck. Oh my god. All right, hold on. Let me find like a better background. Uh, hold on. Here we go. All right. All right. Yes, I can talk while I work. Here we are. Um, you know, I'm a high intelligence person. Now, here we are. See, I gotta get this stream going. Where's the background? Okay. Let's see where we're going. Stream. No. Downloads. No. Recents. Um, let's see. Why are they so fucking weird? I think. Okay. I don't know. Um, what? Remember that song? Oh my God! Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. Always do. All right. Let's go with this first. We'll see how it goes. All right. Okay. Are we digging or are we shoveling? And that's the bottom line. All right. We're doing the stream, and it's in the air. Tweakers be tweaking. I didn't know about that one. Um, is that a new one? What's subscribers only? What is subscribers only? Is that like a thing that people do? Oh, tweaking. Tweakers be tweaking. When I get headphones, I'm gonna start playing songs on the show, and then we'll do it, and it will be cool, and it will be amazing. Your show is having your chat figure out your stream for you. I don't know what that means, bud, but I'm glad you're here, and because you stuck around, I'll give you a mod. All right. So the world of stream is largely uncharted. Uh, Manage your mod. Yeah, you know me. A lot of folks smoke pot. It's amazing. What's slow? What does it mean? Thanks for being my advocate. Advocate. Did I make you a manager mod? Are we good? Are we having fun here today? I don't know. You need headphones, and I haven't done this stream in a while, but I think that this is the type of content that people don't want. Just fucking around, and you know, this is like paint on paint, I guess. You know, I want to cover some stuff, but I gotta find headphones first. But what are you guys doing? Like, are you enjoying the state of things, the state of stream? You enjoying the world of stream? So there's a lot of people who are doing things in the world. Mersh is actually going after people. Wow. Mersh is going after Pod Awful. This is crazy. All right. We got to go to side mode where we split screen. Does it work? Nope. Rumble. Let's see. Nightwave radio. Let me see. All right, let's see what her late video was. Okay, skip. Let's see. Terrorsburg. Wow, there's a lot of stuff on this other YouTube. There's like Mersh time, Mersh, Universal Mersh. By the way, this is the best water you can ever drink. And always some long story why it's someone else's fault he can't get his business done. So he's doing his thing and he's being crazy. You know, he's probably not the normalest guy, not the most normal guy. Um, because for a while I thought I liked being like the person that attacked me, went after me. I thought he was cool. But eventually I realized no, that's not the case. You know, I thought that I thought Sam Hill had a good mindset, but it didn't work out. Like whole fake it until you make it. It's like, when are you going to be real then? Are you just going to be fake forever? And are you just going to be fake about everything? Are we going to see your face? Are we going to hear about your life? Are we going to know anything about you? And the answer was no to all of those things. So we just had to move on. That's it. Um, yeah. If I can find some headphones, I can do some clips. What's that? dot dot. What does that mean? Okay. But if that was real Alex, who disabled your chat? Did another moderator rogue? Let me see. This is a fake Mr. Happy. Wait, does the real Mr. Happy have videos? Okay. Okay. All right. This is the not as friendly Mr. Happy. Interesting. You know, I guess this is like I'm recording for Betty to learn messenger video. Okay. Don't know what that means. All right. Well, this has been an interesting show. I don't know if it's been entertaining at all, but we're just trying to look around and see what happens. See what actually shows up on the stream. For you, maybe. No, I didn't say it was entertaining. I didn't say it was great. You know, I just said maybe I don't know if it's a phone problem or a computer problem, but we gotta figure it out. We hated it. All right. Hey, listen, maybe better shows in the future. Cat hated it. Look, you get what you get. I don't know what to tell you. Just enjoy it. Isn't it sad though that Russell disappeared? Isn't that unfortunate? Isn't that crazy?